Hi everyone. You're now ready to make your story map. You've put all of the features onto your web map and now you would like to add all of the research and background information, the text part. Instead of just putting it onto the map, which is what another project option was, we're going to put this into a nice, very slick looking presentation package called story mapping. So it's found on the landing page, so we need to get out of this view. So make sure you've saved and then simply click on home. And then up here you can see all the different apps that ArcGIS has available. So when you click on it, you can see all these different apps, and Story Map is the one that you want to work with. So it's going to look a little bit different than mine because I've created a lot of maps. So in your case, it may just simply say like a little plus sign and create a new story. So here's mine up here. We want to create a new story, and we're going to start this from scratch. Now, the story mapping feature is a little bit different from your um, a web map in that it will automatically save. So if you look up here, you'll see it's in draft mode and it will save constantly. So you do not have to worry about um, constantly saving like you did before. So we're just going to put in an appropriate title. All right, you're going to figure out what that appropriate title might be. It's got my name in here. I might want to include the course code. And now we're ready to add information. So you could start off with just a brief introduction of what this project is all about. And what I can do here is change this to a heading so that it stands out a little bit more bold. And when I hit enter, you'll notice the little plus sign. That means I can add new features. So I can add more text here. Now, if we want to start adding information from our web map, what we want to do is use the sidecar function. So if I click on plus and go sidecar, so it's down here, sidecar, I've got the option of either going floating panel or dock panel. And it doesn't matter which one you choose, but you're going to use either one of those options. So the first thing we want to do is describe the location of your study area. So once again, we want to make this into a heading. So just switch it over to heading. And then put all of your information about where it's found in Niagara, where it's found within the community, the latitude, longitude, etc. Now what we can do is add the map over here so you can actually see your study area. So we're going to click on add media and we're going to add a map. And the map that you just made should be the first one that comes up, unless you've been creating a whole bunch of maps on your own. And it will be defaulting to the last view that you had of your map when you saved it. So in this case, you'll notice that I've got the improvements layer visible, but it doesn't have the other layers visible. So over here, you'll see these little eyes and eyes with a slash through it. That means I can either make a layer visible. So for instance, improvements are visible right now. I can turn that off by just simply clicking on it. And I can make another layer visible by unchecking the box. So now you can clearly see my location here. I can also play around with some of the extra little features here. If you want to add a few features to the map, feel free to play around with those extra features. Once you're satisfied with how far it's panned out or zoomed in, you're going to click on Place Map. So now you can see I've got my description here and I've got the map. So as I go into different themes, so for instance, my next theme is going to be talking about what's actually there. I'm going to click on the plus button and I will give it a title. So, and make it into a heading. And what we can do is add that map again, but this time switch the layers that are visible. So we don't want the improvements on, we want the positive characteristics. We might want to zoom in a little bit more and we'll place our map. Now there's some neat things that you can do here to go above and beyond the minimum requirements. So for instance, you could, for instance, add a map action. I really like these features. So when I click on map action, so I'm going to go solar panel. What this will do if I click on the edit button is it's going to allow me to highlight a specific place on the map. So for instance, here's where the house was with the solar panel. So I'm just going to really zoom in here and I'm going to save the action. And so now when somebody clicks on this, it's going to zoom in and show them that particular location. So you just keep adding more slides for each aspect of the map that you want to highlight. Now, in some cases, there may not be a place on the map that you want to show. Maybe you want to include some images. So, for instance, let's call this improvements, and add my map, show those bike lanes. But let's say I want to include some images. So what I can do is I can click on the little plus sign here and oops, and I can go image. And if I've saved pictures from going around the community and taking pictures, and I've got them available, what you might do is take them on your phone, upload them to Google Photos, and then download them onto whatever device you're working with. So that's the way you can get it as a file. If, on the other hand, you're just simply looking for a stock photo of something, so let's say I wanted this image of a bike lane, you need to open that image in a new tab. You can't just grab it from here. It's not going to work, okay, because it's going to pull up the Google data. And this does not look like I don't see the letters JPEG at the end. This is a really long list. So I'm just going to see if I can find a better image out there. Let's see here. Open image in a new tab. There we go. So this has JPG at the end, so that means it's going to be a good photograph. So I'm going to take this, and if I click on link, paste it into here, I've got that image right in there. So there's lots of opportunities here for including your own images or your own or adding images from the internet to make a better and more appealing looking slideshow. Once you finish adding all of your content, by the way, if you want to move your slides around, you can just simply move them like this. And if you click on the three little dots, you can delete a slide if you didn't want it. So I'm just going to show you what this looks like when you finally publish and give it to your teachers. So if I click on preview mode, this is what it's going to look like for somebody visiting your story map. So there's our introduction, nothing interactive there, but when we get into the sidecar, you're going to see that the text sort of slides up. There's the map, and you'll see the map transition as we go into the second slide. And if I click on solar panel here, it's going to zoom directly into where that solar panel was located. And there's my image of my bike lane. More to follow.